Hello and welcome to Free Draw Friday. Free Draw Friday is where you get to decide what you want to learn how to draw. You let me know and I draw it and try to teach you how to do it. So we have two artists today that have been doing an amazing job. They've been getting all these assignments done. They've been sending me their amazing artwork. It's inspired me. And our two artists today are Nolan and our second artist is Eileen. Now Nolan wrote me and said he wants to learn how to draw outer space. So we're gonna draw some planets today. We're gonna go ahead and add a cartoon in there as well, just to keep it a little bit interesting. And that's what we're gonna do with Nolan's suggestion. Eileen's suggestion is, she wrote me and said, I'd like to learn how to draw flowers. So we're gonna do one realistic flower, and then the next flower we're gonna do is a cartoon flower. Let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, for this free draw, all you're gonna need is a piece of paper and a pencil. Now, Nolan was asking about the planets, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, size and space are still gonna be a part of our lesson, even though it's a free draw. So if something's really large, it might be closer to you. So what I'm gonna do is make a curve like this. And the reason why is I'm going to make this my sun, which is not a planet, it's actually a star. But then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add in my different planets. So the one that is maybe a little bit trickier has rings, and that is Saturn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off by making a circle. Then what I do is I take a line, go out, around, and come back. Now I put my pencil right next to that same line, go out a little bit further, then get a little bit closer, then go a little bit further. And that gives you a ring. The only thing I want to maybe fix is maybe I'll bend it a little bit more. And when I go ahead to the coloring part, I can actually fix up my ring a little bit. So don't worry if it's not perfect yet. The coloring is where the fun comes in anyways. So I have my Saturn with my ring. I could have Jupiter, I could have Uranus, I could have Neptune, I could have Earth. I'm gonna put Earth up here. Earth is easy. I'm just gonna scribble in kind of the continents. I'm not gonna worry about if they look exactly right, just enough so I know it's Earth. Okay, let's see. I'm missing Venus. I'm missing Mercury. Mars, I forgot about the red planet. Sorry, my paper's down too low. I think Neptune. Let me count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that could be Pluto. It's an extra planet. Oh, sorry, I counted the sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you want to add in Pluto, you can. Sometimes it's a planet, sometimes it's not. When I was younger, it was a planet, and now it's not. All right, so then you have this. Pretty easy, right? The next step is I'm gonna add in a cartoon character into my outer space and make it look kind of like that cartoon character is floating around in outer space. Let's get started. Okay, I'm going to make my cartoon character Marvin the Martian. And Marvin the Martian is from Disney, Looney Tunes. He spends time with Bugs Bunny, and I like drawing him in outer space because he's supposed to be an alien. So I think it's kind of fun. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to make Marvin the Martian. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make him hanging on one of these planets. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with one line at the top of this planet, 2 lines, and 3 lines. And then I'm gonna go bump, bump, bump. And I can erase the little circle part for my planet. And then I'm gonna put his thumb, just a bump on the side here. And then I can erase the inside of where his thumb would be. Make sure the thumb is not too far away from the hand. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him kind of hanging down underneath it. So I'm gonna make an arm that's like this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna make his head. So his head, I'm gonna make really big because I'm just gonna exaggerate his size. And his head, I'm gonna start off with like a letter C. Then I'm going to put a line over the top of it. Then I'm gonna put one more line over the top. Now remember, you can pause, rewind, whenever you need. This is a little bit tricky. Oh, and also you don't have to make Marvin the Martian. I just want to because I think he's funny. And I'm just gonna make him, you can make anything you want in outer space though. I'm gonna fix this line really fast. You can make anything you want. You can make, you know, a Pokemon in outer space, whatever you like. And I'm gonna go down and up, down and up. I'm gonna put these eyes in there. I can shade this in. Later you can use your colors, but for right now, I know his face is all black. Okay. Then I know he has this like brush, or like, yeah, scrubbing brush really, on top of his head. Don't worry about getting lost now. We're just gonna keep going. Pause, rewind, whenever you would like. I'm gonna bring this arm to his body. So I'm gonna make his neck come like this, but I'm gonna bring that arm in a little bit now that I've moved a little bit on my paper. And he has a kind of like a skirt thing. It's kind of cool looking. I remember when I was younger drawing this, I was always a little bit confused about what this was exactly. But then he's got some big shoes. They've exaggerated the size of his shoes. A lot of cartoonists do this. And voila! I have Marvin the Martian hanging on my planets. Now I know this was very complicated, pretty tricky, but I recommend again, pause, play, pause, play, pause, play, and that is our planets. Now let's move into the flowers that Eileen wanted to see. Okay, so I'm going to draw one realistic flower, and then I'm gonna go back and draw one cartoon flower with a cartoon character. So again, get your pencil ready. The first thing you're going to do for this flower, I'm gonna move my paper this direction, is I'm gonna start off by making an oval at the top. Then I'm gonna make a larger oval around it. Then I'm gonna make a line that comes down. Now I know this looks nothing like a flower yet, but these are the basic guidelines that will help us. Okay, then from right here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make my first petal. And the petal, as it gets closer to the middle, gets smaller and then bigger and then smaller. So it's kind of a little pattern there. Then I'm gonna do it again on here. I'm just holding to that middle. And I'm gonna do it again over here. So if it helps, what I like to do sometimes is before I do those, put these lines in so I know where my petals are going to be. They're just lines to help me figure those out. Now the one tricky thing is because this petal is closer to us, it's not gonna look the same as the other ones. It's gonna go up and down because I'm not going to see the whole thing. And then over here, it's kind of the same idea. It's gonna go up and down because I'm not gonna see the whole thing. And then over here again too, it has like this little lip, like it's folded up towards us. All right, let's do that again over here. Like the corner lip, I can see a little bit more of the flower, but not quite all of it yet. And then on the inside here, what I do usually is just do little circles. But you can also add in some details on your flower, some lines to help show kind of the bends of the flowers. A little bit of shading, if you know how to shade, this is a great time to use that. And I'm going to go ahead and make two little pieces right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and thicken up my line just a little bit down here, okay? This is how you draw a realistic flower. Now, when you add in color, that changes the whole thing, makes it amazing, But now what we're going to do is we are going to make a cartoon flower. So let's get started again. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the skunk Pepe Le Pew. He's another Looney Tune. Since we already did Marvin the Martian, I think Pepe Le Pew would be a nice skunk to add in too. So what I'm going to do for this skunk is he usually holds a flower in his teeth. So I'm going to make just a picture of his face. So you can go step by step with me if you would like. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and make a bump. And then I'm gonna draw kind of a circular shape inside of it, but not quite. Then I'm gonna go to this corner that I have right here already, and I'm gonna go up, back. I'm bending down, up, back, and back around. This is gonna be his hair. So maybe that helps you if you see that it's his hair. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over and down. Then go bump and around. Over here, I'm gonna go down. And then I'm gonna do another bump and around. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make a bump for his shoulder. I'm gonna stop my drawing right there. I'm not gonna go any further down. And over here, I'm gonna start by coming up a little bit, around a little bit, and back. This is gonna be Pepe's nose. Then I'm gonna put an oval inside of there. Most cartoon characters have some kind of highlight. And when you're drawing that highlight, you just use a basic shape for it. Then I'm gonna go up all the way here, and I'm gonna go ahead and make his smile. Then on top of his nose, I'm gonna make one line, two lines. Now let's add in those eyes. So for the eyes, I'm gonna go down and up, almost to the top of his hair. Maybe I made it a little bit too tall, actually. I'm gonna erase. And I'm gonna make a point, go down, over, and down. This is gonna be his eyelids. And so easily what I can do is just add in this little section right here, shade that in. That's gonna be one eye. Now on this side, I'm gonna do the same idea. I'm gonna go up, but this one's gonna have a little bit of a curve too. This eye is always a little bit harder. When you're making two eyes, you're always gonna have one. The one that's the further away from where you see is gonna be a little bit harder. Now, some details, I'm gonna come in on this side and come all the way up and down and back around. Add another eyebrow in there. Inside here, I'm gonna go make this because this is going to be white. And then I'm going to make his shoulder come through here. Now, Eileen said she likes to make flowers, and you'll notice we don't have a flower in there yet. So let's go ahead and put a rose in his mouth, okay? Now, cartoon roses can look a lot different. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off by making a stem that goes in and a stem that comes out. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the bottom of the rose. Now roses kind of just go in pieces. Let me see if I'll slide up a little bit so you can see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a petal just come out and then down. Another petal just come out and come down. I'm gonna wiggle around. I'm going to make another petal. I'm gonna put a little circle inside there. And I'm gonna make my rose. You can smooth out your rose, make it look a little bit nicer than mine. That's up to you. And what I'm gonna do for this one really fast is I'm gonna go ahead and color this, but I'm gonna do it in fast forward so that you guys can see this. Let's go ahead and get started. Hi guys, I'm out here on my back porch. It's one of my favorite places to be outside but still be safe. Spring break is happening this week, which means our videos are not going to be posted. So what I want you guys to do instead is be safe, be smart, keep making art and sending it to me. It helps inspire me. It really does encourage me. I really do miss you guys, and I cannot wait to see you guys again. Have a good spring break.